Hi guys, welcome back to Earth Network. This is Abdul Moqueet, and today in this video I'll tell you how to create a currency converter app with online currency value. Okay, so the final result of our app will look like this. I know it's a pretty decent layout, but it's just for showing how this app works. So this is here we have an input box where you can type input, and then we have a drop down menu, or you can say we have a spinner, and then we have a button called convert, and at the bottom we have some countries currency. So let's just try to convert 1 USD. So as I click this convert button, you guys see this wait. Currently our app is fetching the data from the internet, and once it's done it's going to show us the value. Okay, so 1 USD equals to 1 USD, and 1 USD is equal to 0.95 EUR and 68.437 INR. So let's just say 1 euro. So 1 euro is equal to 1.0497 USD, and 1 euro is 1 euro, and then 71.7258 INR. So let's just this time try to convert 70 INR. Click this done button. Now you see 70 INR is equal to 1.022 USD and 0.9732 EUR. So this is how our app works. Our app gets data from the internet, and our app uses a Yahoo API to get the live data. Just create a new project in Android Studio. Now what I did is that I have just created a new project called currency, and then I'm going to delete this hello world here. Now I will go to text mode, and then I'll just paste the layout. Okay, so now we have pretty simple layout here. First of all, we have a text field called ET, and then we have a spinner. It has an ID of a spin, and then we have a button called convert with ID BTN, and then we have a USD text field, then euro, and then we have an INR. Okay, so let's just go to your Java file, and then I'll go here and type Okay, so now as you guys can see, I am just going to reference all my object to this Java class. So just write Okay, so here we have references or our text field and our button and our spinner. So now I'm going to create a array list for this spinner, which you can see over here. So for that I would like to go to my string file, which is in first go to resource and then values, then you will find string. Double click on it. Now you have to write string array, then array name currency. Now say item USD, Okay, so we have three array list here with USD, Euro and INR. Now let's just close this string.xml and go back to MainActivity.java. Now we are going to populate our spinner. So let's just write some code. And then type r.array and then the name of your array from its currency. So okay, so by this piece of code we have populated our spinner and we have set the adapter to our spin, which is this object over here. So now our spinner got the array now set on item selected listener on our spinner. So to do that, just write spin dot set on item selected listener, then new adapter view. Just hit enter. Now you see new adapter view dot. These are the so you have to go to this method here, public void on item selected. Now we are going to, you see this integer position here, we are going to store this position in a public private integer called index. So I'm going to define a private integer so now we have a private integer called index. Now I'm going to say index is equals to position. You see, whatever the value this position stores is going to get transferred into this index here. Now I'm going to set the on button click listener on this button. So for that, just go here, set on click listener, new on click listener. And now the very first thing which I want is that as user press this button, this 000 needs to get changed into weight. So I'm going to do something like this. So the ID of this is USD, EUR and then INR. So I will just type now. As user press this convert button, these fields are going to get converted into weight. And now the next thing which I want is that as we press this button, the value which is here in our edit text field, so I want to just fetch that value. So I'll just write something like this. I'm writing this in a if condition because I'll tell you in a moment. Let me just finish coding this. We will get text and then convert it to a string, then we will trim it, and then we are going to get the length, then we will see if length is greater than 0, means if user just type nothing and then just click this button, then it is not going to get the value. So that's why we are just giving it a condition. Now this is a very important thing. This tells that if user just enter a dot and then if user try to click this convert button, if we don't add this line over here, then our app is going to crash. So for making it more stable, we are just adding this dot over here. Now we will say a string. Let's take a string text value and then store the whatever value user input in the input box. Okay, so this text value is going to store user's input. Then now I'm going to convert this string to double so that we can calculate our currencies. So I will just create a double. I think a private double should create a private double. Then I'm going to give it a name input value. So this double is going to convert this string to double. Okay, so just write input value equals to double dot paraphrase double. Now we just write text value. So we are going to convert this string to in a double and going to store this value in our input value. Okay, now I want to start a task. New calculate.execute. We are doing this because you cannot just directly say Android to okay Android, you have to go to the web and then you have to feed the information and then pass it to the user. So to do that, we have to make a new thread. We have to do this operation in a new thread, and Android does not allow you to perform any network operation in your main thread. So for that we are going to create a new class called calculate. So I'm just going to little bit down and then I'll just write public class calculate. Okay, and then this calculate class is going to extend from asynchronized task because we are going to perform network operation in our background thread. So let's just write extends asynchronous task, and then it is going to take 3 parameters, and they are string, again string, and then string array. Okay, now so let's just go here and then press Alt plus insert, and then you will see override method, and in override method I'm going to take pre background and then post execution in asynchronous task. Just click OK. Now it's going to, this is your pre execution method and this is your background. Background is the main thing. Here we are going to connect to the internet, and then we are going to get the currency value, to our app. So I'll just delete this here, and then in doing background what I have to do is that I will just say if index, if you guys remember, index is the, if index is equals to 0. So what is this index? As if you just scroll up, you see this, we are storing the position values in index. It means to say that it tells you that user is in which drop down list. The position starts from the 0, so if user is in 0, it means to say that user is inputting the value with respect to USD. So in this case we are going to say if index is equal to 0, it means to say if user has selected USD, then what you have to do, you have to, I'm just going to create a string URL, string URL. I just forgot thing. Let's just leave this like this and then go here, and now we have to do something first. We are going to set public string get JSON. We are going to get the JavaScript notation from the Yahoo, so we need to say that Java to read whatever the information is stored in the JSON object. So for that you have to write this little code through so we need to import some additional libraries for this. So with that, let's just go here, and then I'm going to paste some additional libraries here. So now I'm going to just paste some additional import over here. So these are the import we need. We need Java buffer, input stream, and input stream reader, HttpClient. If you guys see anything like cannot resolve this HttpClient or HTTP response, then you should just watch my video about how to resolve this HttpClient issue on Android Studio. Just write client. Okay, now let me just finish this writing, then I will tell you what is just happening over here. Okay, so basically what is happening over here is that we are telling Java that okay Java, we need a string called get JSON, and you have to read whatever the content we receive from this internet, and then you have to finally return the build to string. Okay, so let's just remove this. Okay, now let's just go back to our do in background method, and if index is equals to 0 means to say if user has selected the USD, then we are going to say string URL. And now we need to okay, so just write it like this, and then we are saying try. Now we need to fetch the internet, so URL equals to get JSON. Now here you have to insert the URL. I have a copied here. Now I'm going to just copy this, then I'm going to paste this over here. Now all I have to do is that I will just go here. Yep, here. Since user is in USD, then we have to convert all the values with respect to USD. So I'll write USD. Then we need to convert USD to Euro, and then we have to convert USD to INR. Okay, so this is the value we want from Yahoo. And this is showing error because this is saying exception, since we are using a try catch block, so we need to catch some exceptions, so which I'm going to do later. Now I will see what happens if someone let's just copy this URL and try to paste it in your browser. I want to show you guys how Android will receive the JSON object, JavaScript notation object. So let's just open Chrome. So let's just paste here, then hit enter. So as you guys can see, let me just zoom it a little. So if you guys can see, we get our rates something like here. It's saying that USD to EUR conversion, and currently rate is 0.9562, and USD to INR rate is 6.4870. So we need to just extract this value over here. As you can see, this value I'm talking about, the rate. Okay, so this is how Android gets the information from Yahoo. So let me just zoom out, man, where the magnifier, here it is. Just close the Chrome. Now we need to extract the rate, okay, from this URL. So all we have to do is just go here and then press enter, then say Json Object USD to object. I'm just taking some random names, you guys can take anything you like. So USD to object equals to new JSON object URL. Okay, now we need to extract the JSON array, so just type JSON array rate array, since we are extracting the rate from USD to object dot get JSON object. Okay, query then get Json Object result dot get JSON array, finally rate. So from this method over here, you guys can see from this method we are extracting the rate from the JSON object. So now I'm going to create a private string result let's just say 10. So here I have created a result private string which is an array of results, so we can return this result value from here. Now all I have to do is that I will just go here and then type result 0. Okay, so result 0 is, if you guys can see here, USD to EUR. Okay, this is your result 0 and then this is your result 1. Okay, so result 0 equals to rate array dot get JSON object 0, then I'm going to say dot get string. Same thing like that. I'm just going to copy and paste, change it to result 1 and then object 1. Now finally we are going to get rid of this error. Finally we are going to create a catch block. Finally we are going to catching the exception. So let's just click over here and then yeah, you see this red bulb here, just say add catch clauses. Now since we have already catch this exception client protocol, if you guys can see here client protocol exception, so it's going to say it's already been caught, so I'll just delete this exception. Now this is okay. Now there is still a missing return statement, so we are not going to return anything right now. This is your index 0, same like that. I'm going to say else if index is equals to 1 if user has selected the so index 1 means to say that if user has selected the EUR. Okay, so from the drop down list. So for the EUR we are going to do the exactly same thing, but just some changes in the URL. I'm going to catch this exception also, so I will just copy this and then I will just go here in URL. So since this is the EUR, so EUR should be in first, and then first we are going to convert EUR to USD and then we are going to convert EUR to INR. So EUR to INR. So this is all done over here. Now let's just say else if here else if index is equals to 2. It means to say that if else user has selected the INR. Okay, so it means to say user is inputting value with respect to INR, so we will do the exactly same thing. I'll just copy it and then I'm going to paste over here, and now all we have to do is just make some changes in the URL. So the very first thing is I'm going to say INR to USD and then I'm going to say INR to EUR. So we'll just do this INR to EUR. And now finally we are going to return our result from here. So let's just say return result. Now all the errors are gone away. Still this is showing some errors, so what you have to do is just go to your build and then just hit this new project. There isn't any error just showing, and it's really very annoying thing. So now our project is rebuilded, but it's still showing this annoying error, so let me just check it out. So here we have a typo in this execute word, so I'll just retype this. Execute. Now all the errors are gone, so let's just resume. So we are done in our doing background. So so far what we are doing is that we are just getting the values from the internet and paraphrasing the JSON objects, and then we are finally getting JSON arrays and then returning those arrays in results. Okay, so now what we have to do is we just have to go to this post execution. This is your doing background. Once these steps are done, when you have the value, then this post executions come. So in this post executions, what we are going to do, we are going to just use this value to convert whatever the value user has input in the edit text field. So I'll just do it quickly. So same like that, we will see if index is equals to 0, means to say user has selected the USD, then we have to do is that we are going to define some double here. So let's define So as you can see, we have defined some double USD to EGR val, then USD to INR value, then USD to EGR input, and then USD to INR input, and then USD to US input. So the very first thing which I'm going to say is that whatever the USD value users input is going to be same in the USD conversion. So I'm just going to say USD to USD input equals to. Now we are going to paraphrase double. Sorry, there's no need to paraphrase since this is a direct value. So we will just say whatever the user input is going to save in the input value. I'll just scroll up, then you guys see here this input value is going to paraphrase whatever the value user input is in HttpGet edit text field. So this input is going to store the value which user entered in this edit text field and going to paraphrase it into double. So we will just say USD input is equal to input value multiplied by 1, and then going to say USD dot set text. Now going to say input value, USD input value, USD to USD input value. Okay, so now we are going to say USD to EUR value. Now here we are going to paraphrase our double. So just write double dot paraphrase double. Now what we are doing here is that we are going to take this result 0, and since it is a string value, so we need to just paraphrase this first to make it a double so that we can use the calculations here. So I'm just storing the USD to EUR value, the value of result 0. Okay, so just write double dot paraphrase double, and then in this it is going to take result 0. Okay, so it is going to convert result 0 into double and then going to store in this variable. Now I will say USD to EUR input. Okay, and then I'm going to say that just take this value. No, so for just take whatever the user input in the text input field, input value, and then you have to complete the input value with the value we get from the internet, which is USD to USD variable. So let's just go here and then type euro, since this is your euro value. So I'm going to say set text, and then I'm going to say this value you have to set. And the same thing we will do with INR, so I will just say USD to INR VAL, then going to perfect the double, just result 1 in this, and then going to say USD to INR input, and then going to say input value whatever user input in the user text field, and then going to multiply this value with the value we get from internet, which is USD to INR value. Okay, now going to just change the INR field, INR.setText, USD to INR input. Okay, so this is for the index 0. Same thing we will do for the index 1 and for the index 2. So just write else if we need to define the double as well. So for this double, since this is the EUR case, so I'm going to say EUR to USD VAL, then same like that. EUR to EUR INT. This is going to be the easiest. Just take the input value and then just multiply it with 1, and then we are going to change the EUR text. We are going to perfect double, so you can just copy this thing. Same with INR, EUR to INR label, EUR to INR input, then I'm going to say input value, let's multiply by EUR to INR value, and then INR dot set text. Now this is we have done with our index 1, and then the last one is that else if index is equals to 2. It means to say that if user has selected INR, so we will again define some double. So what is going on over here is that, as you guys can see, this is protected void on post execute. So once we get this online value from our background execution, then the program is going to do post execution, and in post execution we have defined some double, as you can see here, and then we are going to calculate to get the value according to the double. So as you can see here, the USD to EUR. So first we have to convert the value to double so that we can calculate it. So first line, say USD to EUR value is equals to double dot price double and then result 0. So result 0, if you guys can see here something called index 0, and then it is here the index 0. So if the index is 0, means to say user has selected as USD, then it's going to get the value and store it in result, and then we are finally going to return the results here. So then we are going to provide this result, and then this USD to INP is going to take the input value which user has input in this text field here, which you can see here, and it's going to multiply this with whatever the value Yahoo gives it to the USD to EUR. Okay, so and then the converted value gets set to the EUR in this case, and in this case to INR. Same like that, this is for index 1 and this is for index 2. Okay, so now we are done with all the coding, and all we have to do is just go to this project here, and then you will see app. Just maximize this, and then you will see manifest. Just double click on it and open this manifest.xml, and now we have to just give our app a permission to use internet. So just write use permission android colon name equals to android.permission.internet. So this ensures that our app can now connect to the internet, and that's all. Now just go to this run here. Now all you have to do is just click this run app. I will just select OK. Okay, so as you guys can see, here is our app. So let's just try to test it out. So just click here, and I'm going to convert 20 USD. Here you see 20 USD equals to 20 USD 18.74 and 1361.32. So let's just try to convert. $100 INR. So 100 INR is equal to 1.47 USD and 1.38 EUR. So as you guys can see, our app is working 100%, and thanks for watching this video. I can further show you guys how to further save these values to your SQL database to run your app in offline mode. But I'll tell you only and only if you guys give this video a good response. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and if you have any question, you can just write it in comment box.